Hi there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Yumi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. Today I'm working on some swatches of a watercolor paint set that I was sent from Paul Rubens. This is their neon watercolor set, and it is a just gorgeous arrangement of colors. I'm so excited to try it out. I worked on a couple swatches of each color, and then I wrote down the names of each one in this process that I'm going to be showing you here. And then after that, I just went ahead and worked on some just random doodles. I didn't have any plan of like how I wanted this very large watercolor page to turn out. I just kind of just winged it, and just to see like what would happen if I just created something out of what I was just thinking about in the moment. So it was really fun to try it out, and also to test out these watercolors because I've never used this brand before, and so it was exciting to try something new. I really enjoyed how these colors turned out. They're super vibrant. They kind of reminded me of highlighters I used to use when I was in elementary school, and how pleasing the color turnout would be. So that's kind of what it reminded me of, just how vibrant and bright these watercolors are, especially this yellow. It reminds me of a true highlighter yellow. So that was really fun to use in paint, and I really enjoyed the opera rose as well, and the opera ultramarine blue. I think those just really pop off the page, and just really like how they all look together. I've gotten this question quite a bit recently. People ask me if I plan or sketch out a drawing when I'm working on something. Most of the time, I'm just grabbing my color pencils or paints, like how I'm doing here, and I just kind of pick a couple things that I want to put on the page, and then for the rest, figure it out as I go along. I really enjoy this way of creating art for myself, just because I feel like sometimes I can be way too in my head about things. I feel like my art making in the past, I guess in the past year specifically, I've been really intentional about just going ahead and just doing it and seeing what happens and surprising myself. So whenever I create something kind of like this, where I'm doodling a page, I get really excited at the end just to see how it all flowed together and see how, everything turned out, because I really don't go in with a big plan of sketching things out or whatnot. I used to do that a lot, but recently I found more joy and inspiration from just looking at a page, picking out some things that I want to put on the page, and just seeing what happens. I think that's just really fun and exciting. It feels really honest to me about what I'm wanting to create in that moment, and how much what I'm feeling in that moment as I'm working on an art piece. That's why I'm really enjoying working on this page, because I'm just literally doodling whatever is coming to my mind and letting myself just be free without any inhibitions of just, this needs to be here or this needs to be there kind of thing. I just kind of see how everything's flowing, create from that place where I just see what happens with the page. It's been a while since I've worked on a watercolor page this large. I typically work on pretty small pieces, or just within my sketchbooks, which can range from like 6x8 or 3x5s, or just a lot smaller, much smaller than the the page I'm working on here. And I really wanted to work on a larger page with this, just because I've been having a desire to work larger recently and just kind of expand that again. And I used to work on larger canvases or watercolor paper, things like that. But as of recently, I haven't been able to do that as much. So it was really exciting to try it out and work bigger than I have been recently. Medium I've consistently used in the past year has been color pencil, which was one of the mediums that I really wanted to get better at. And I just can say, like, it's just one of my favorite types of mediums to work with. So it's like that. Color pencil and watercolor, I'd say, are my two favorites right now. I used to work a lot with gouache, and I still love gouache, but I've been taking a break from that because I was working on that for almost 2 years, and then switched over to watercolor and then color pencil, and then I do like a combination of all three sometimes. But it was really fun it was nice to kind of take a break from doing color pencil and work on something like a watercolor piece like this with this new set that I got. And so it was exciting for me to get back into watercolor again and use colors like this where it's super bright and saturated, which is like always really fun to paint with and see how the colors turn out. I would say overall these neon watercolors from Paul Rubens are just so good. Like the color brightness and the saturation of the colors. I really enjoy the paint quality of it and how it all looks together. I think if you're looking for something that's very bright and vibrant, this is definitely a watercolor set I'd highly recommend. I finished the watercolor swatch page that I did yesterday, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. But this is the full painting that I did. Just love how it turned out. The colors are extremely vibrant and just pop off the page, really. This is the full page. Thank you so much to Paul Rubens for sending me this watercolor set. It was really great to try it out. Color pigmentation is great. The vibrancy is incredible. So highly recommend if you want a very bright, saturated watercolor. So I just drew this the other day. It's for my Patreon February fun mail. I asked my patrons what their favorite flowers were and told them that I would create a bouquet of those flowers and make it either into a print or sticker. I think I'm gonna make this into a sticker. I think it would look really cute as one. So I'm going to scan this into my computer using my Epson scanner, which I really like. I'm going to do some edits, like cleaning up the drawing on my Procreate, my iPad, and then send it over to make it into a clear sticker. So this is the Patreon fun mail for February. I really love how it turned out. It kind of gives a very February vibe, I feel like, with all the flowers. I really enjoyed doing this drawing. I hope, patrons, that you enjoy this little bouquet I made for you. Alright, we've made it to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is my first vlog of 2023. One of many I hope to make this upcoming year. If you couldn't tell, this blanket, I think it's called a granny square blanket, behind me is a new addition to the apartment. My sister found it on Facebook Marketplace and she showed it to me and was like, should we get it? And immediately I said yes. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I just love the pattern and the colors on it. So it was just a great addition to have for our apartment. And I feel like it parallels really well with some of the art that I have on the wall, especially the checkered block painting that I made on the large canvas on my left side. Yeah, the left side of my living room. I feel like they kind of mirror each other and complement each other in a really nice way. So just really love this. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I will see you in the next one. Bye.